Your spouse isn't crazy for staring at that grocery receipt like it just insulted her mother. Or maybe you're the one who quietly put the good cheese back on the shelf and grabbed the store brand with that little sigh. And that moment right there, that's the quiet flinch happening in kitchens everywhere right now. It's not some big dramatic scene or anything. It's just that vision of being tired. Like you're saying to yourself, we did everything right. We have steady jobs, we have the house, the 401k. So why does normal life suddenly feel like it's on layaway? And everybody's starting to get that feeling. You know that feeling, like you check the menu prices before you even walk into the restaurant. You open the insurance renewal email, read the new number, and just close it without saying a word. That's households pulling back right now. Not because people forgot how to budget, but because the math itself changed after the promise was already made. I mean, just imagine you signed up for the dream, then the system rewrote the terms while we were all busy living it. And the crazy part is this. One of the cracks in that dream is not even starting in your grocery store. It's starting across the ocean in Japan. Now, most of us are not standing in the frozen food aisle thinking about Japanese government bonds. You're just trying to figure out why eggs, cereal, insurance, gas, car repairs all got together and formed a little gang. But Japan is one of those load-bearing walls holding up the whole global financial house. And right now, that wall, it's starting to creak. It's kind of like that quiet uncle at the family dinner who's been sipping the cheap wine for years, finally standing up and going, you know what? I am done pretending everything's fine. Because for decades, Japan ran this grand experiment. Massive government debt, super low interest rates, and a central bank basically promising, don't worry, money is going to be cheap forever. Does it remind you of any other country? Maybe the United States. But everybody nodded politely enough. The markets built whole strategies around it. Investors, they borrowed cheap. Governments borrowed cheap. The whole world got used to cheap money like it was oxygen. And then the reality showed up like an unexpected audit letter. Japan's long-term bond yields, they started climbing. The 30-year hit record territory. The 10-year moved into levels Japan hadn't seen in decades. And here's where their bond problem lands right on your kitchen table, on our kitchen table. Because Japan holds a massive amount of United States treasuries. And those treasuries help set the benchmark for what borrowing costs are over here. We're talking about mortgages, stuff like car loans, credit cards, business loans, all of that stuff, government debt. So when Japan's bond market gets unstable, global money, it starts moving. And when global money starts moving, American families feel it through higher rates, tighter credit card, and a slow repricing of normal life. And that's the part people miss. Because your grocery receipt is not just about groceries. And your mortgage payment's not just about housing. Your car loan, it's not just about cars. All of it is connected to a financial system that spent years pretending cheap money would just last forever. And now what's happening? The bill is coming due. And we all did the responsible thing. You bought the house when the rates were low. You built that retirement account diligently. You kept working, your family kept working. You kept trying to climb that ladder. And on paper, Americans have never actually looked richer. In theory, homes values are super up. Stock markets are hitting all-time highs. And that Zillow estimate making you feel like you finally made it. But if you actually try to use it, it gets a lot different because you can't eat equity. You can't pay the insurance bill with Zillow optimism. And your house, it might be worth more, but selling it means stepping into a whole new price reality. The house, it's an asset for sure. But then everything around that house starts to go up. like the insurance, property taxes, they hit, repairs start knocking on the door, and suddenly it feels like the asset is sitting in the driveway, honking at you every month, demanding more just to stay put. And that's the trap nobody warns anybody about. The rich own real things that throw off cash. The middle class own liabilities dressed up in assets' clothes. And too many families are getting crushed by the daily math right now. I mean, groceries still hurt. Gas still makes people laugh out loud in the parking lot with a total stranger because at a certain point, laughing is cheaper than actual therapy. And this is where the game starts looking different, depending on which side of the table you're actually sitting on. Because for 40 years, the system sold us a beautiful story. They sold us on cheap money, lower rates. They sold us on refinancing and rolling things over. And it just kept going. Every crisis met with some other type of rescue. But that's not actually stable. That's not a stable economy. That's paying one credit card with another and calling it financial innovation. And now that 40-year party, it looks like it's ending because rates, they've reversed hard, especially after COVID. Borrowing got expensive. The bond market started yelling. And when the bond market yells, regular people don't hear it in financial language. They hear it in like this. The mortgage ends up becoming impossible. They hear it in a way where the car payment starts to get ridiculous. The credit card rate starts getting disgusting. They hear it in a way where the insurance renewal starts to feel personal. The repair quote makes you close the laptop and stare into space like you just saw your future blink twice. And that's why you're seeing those little withdrawals in normal homes right now. Families checking menu prices before they commit to dinner. Homeowners staring at a repair quote and deciding, you know what, it can wait just one more season. And retirees right now, they're reopening job sites after thinking they were done. Couples are sitting in silence after opening their escrow letter. And parents are keeping the old car alive because the new payment looks like second rent. So nothing feels affordable anymore. It doesn't feel like winning. It doesn't feel like the life anyone was promised. Because, after all, they did tell us if you worked hard, if you bought that house, if you invested wisely and stayed responsible, middle-class life would get easier. But the cheap version of that life disappeared after people already committed.